Good morning, everyone. I'm Angela from ISDN Software Business. It's a pleasure to have all of you here today to join us at our webinar, Aveva Operation Management Interface, the Features, Benefits, and Values. This webinar is jointly hosted by three parties, Aveva, ISDN Software Business, and Stratus Technologies. For today, we are honored to have with us two speakers, Mr. GK Tay from ISDN Software and Mr. Zach Tan from Aveva. Please do note that we'll be doing recording for this webinar. By continuing, we are hereby consenting to ISDN Software Business, Aveva, Stratus Technologies to publish or otherwise use the recording for promotional, publicity, and other purposes. For today, we are doing something special apart from the usual presentations. We'll have a live demo by Mr. GK Tay to show you how to use the OMI software. So without further ado, let me pass the mic on to Zach. Zach, please.
Thank you, Angela, for the introduction. A very good morning to everyone. I'm Zach from Aveva, and in this webinar, we would like to provide you with a more in-depth understanding on what exactly Aveva Operation Management Interface software, otherwise known as Aveva OMI, is like. So, let us start off with a mini recap of what Aveva OMI is. Aveva OMI is a scalable visualization platform that is able to integrate many different types of information into an unified visualization environment. Aveva OMI is asset-driven and is able to pull information such as from maps to documents to weather data all into a single visualization environment for the user to take actionable insight with regards to the particular asset that the user selected quickly. Aveva OMI is easy to use and is able to automatically resize to the different physical screen size that you have on your devices, be it a mobile device to a laptop screen. And there is no re-engineering is required to actually fit into that particular screen size that you have. And now I would like to pass the time over to GK that will give you a demonstration of what is the capability of Aveva OMI. Over to you, GK. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zach. Hi, good morning, everyone. This is GK. It is my pleasure here to provide an overview on InTouch Operation Management Interface, or OMI. With the release of System Platform 2017, Aveva has introduced a new view engine for System Platform. So alongside with InTouch for System Platform View Engine, now you will be able to use the OMI to create the visualization on the data or from the objects defined in an application server galaxy. So let me show you how the OMI looks like. So this is a sample OMI applications. So in these applications, it demonstrates the component of the OMI applications. So the OMI applications basically provide you with the concept of add, layout, and paint. So the user can use this to create and organize the content and create the visualization application. What is an add? An add is an additional applications where the users can add into the visualization applications to enhance the context information of the data for monitoring and control purposes. Here, you are looking at a sample of the mapping app. And in this app, the user is allowed to display the IoT data on a map. So in other words, the data that you collected can be associated with the geographical locations on the map. Not only that, this app allows overlaying of some of the geographical features from the GIS, like the lighting, temperature, precipitation informations. And all these informations can be enabled or disabled to provide further context to the data. All the data that's shown on the app is again linked back to what we call navigation. In OMI, it allows you to build the navigations, and this navigation in itself is an app. So as you can see here, I can build the navigations along the various geographical areas of the United States. And in all this area, I can link the data to the model. Let's say, for example, I now choose another Southeast area of the United States. So not only that, the map changes the locations to the Southeast region of the United States, the content that is shown in the display will change to the relevant location, relevant data as well. So this is a concept of an app. It links the contextual information outside of the data into your visualization and provide the context around the data that you are monitoring. What is a layout? A layout is the way for you to organize the information to be presented to the operator. In these sample applications here, I can have a layout, and in this layout, I can partition the layout into a smaller partition. We call it pane. So in this here, I could have a layout for my applications, which again divided into several panes. I can have a pane for showing the header information. I can have a pane for showing a mapping information. I can have a pane for showing the data, the process trend data applications. And within this pane, I can contain multiple applications. Like here, I have an application called Contain Presenter Control, which provide an overview of all the data in the Southeast region. So in the way, it gave a brief overview of the status of all this data. I have another applications contained inside this page, and this application is called Insight Charge Control, where it will show the trend chart using the Insight historical trend of Aveva. Last but not least, I can have an app called Web Lookup app, which showing the relevant Wikipedia information relating to the locations or even the city which I selected from the map. So as you can see here, as I choose Iowa, the content on the web lookup will change to provide me with the wiki information on Iowa, and at the same time, a summary faceplate for the IoT data along with the current flow and the flow target set point will be displayed onto the page. So this is a concept of OMI, using app, Layout, and Pay to allow the end user create a more enriched content, as well as building context around all this content in the visualization display for monitoring and control purposes. OMI View Engine, as I mentioned, is a completely new engine from InTouch for System platform. Both of these engines can be coexist in the same computer. So what you are seeing here is an InTouch for System platform view engine showing a dashboard information. So InTouch for System platform user who has many years of experience developing visualization application using InTouch development tools or development studio can continue to create the display using this view engine. And at the same time, it can enrich the visualization experience of the end user by running the InTouch applications alongside OMI instances. In fact, you can run more than one OMI instances. I can have another multiple instances running. So here I have two instances of OMI looking at the same set of data or the graphics. The first OMI instance I can deploy into the desktop. The second OMI instance where you see here, this can be deployed for visualization through the web or the mobile device. They are all showing the same content, same data. So InTouch OMI allowed multiple instances, allowed coexistence of the OMI instance with a InTouch for System platform. Another features of OMI applications is what we call the industry graphics support or orchestral graphics support. For some of you who are familiar with the development of Aveva, you know that the base graphics development of the graphical representation of the data is using what we call orchestral graphics, or now they call it Aveva Industry Graphics. So you can have OMI continuously to support orchestral graphics or industry graphics. So what you see here is a traditional industry graphics that you will be using in most of your InTouch or InTouch for System platform applications. Those applications or those versions of InTouch can be upgraded into OMI, like what you see here. So all the functionality will be continuously to support in the OMI, including the .NET control, which I'm going to cover later on. So here you can see OMI through the OMI layout and pay. The end user can have all these graphics embedded inside the OMI applications in a more enriched experience for the operator. They can use the navigation features of the OMI to navigate to the graphical components, orchestral graphics component, easy, and using the powerful features of industry graphics an enriched user experience can be delivered together with OMI features. So like what you see here is an instrument dashboard that provides information on the detail, on the trend, on the statistics of the instrument that you are measuring. And all these are presented in a very presentable and modern type of presentations to the operators. And using the OMI, it allows the navigations along the navigation model which the end users has created. So this navigation not only can be controlled through the navigation bar, it can also be controlled by the navigation button along four sides of the page. So you can navigate left, right to the graphical content within the same navigation layer. Or you can navigate up, down on the navigation model. So all this giving the operator a very flexible way to navigate to the data that they are looking for. OMI also support what we call slicing menu or slicing pane. So in this case, the navigation menu can be a slicing pane for the end user to choose the navigation and to hide the navigation selection. Vice versa, it also allows the end user to select a slicing menu to do historical playback or hide the menu. Another features of OMI is what we call multi-view or multi-monitor support. To demonstrate that capability, let me first extend my computers to two monitors. So now, as you can see, I have configured my computers to have two monitors. And I'm going to launch an instance of OMI app which support multi-monitors. So this app, as I launch this app, you will see that the OMI will automatically create two instances. One instance will be shown on the left monitors. Another instance will be shown on the right monitors. And these two instances, they are not independent instances. They are instances where they will be linked to each other. So in this case, I have two instances of OMI by launching one OMI app. And in this case, these two instances will be linked. And what do I mean by they will be linked? First, by clicking on the region, you will see that by selecting the region on the left, the OMI instance on the right will be updated to the selected region. Let me turn off the geographical features on the map. By selecting the city within the region, you can see that on the right hand side, the instance will be updated to the selected cities. So this to show you that both instances, even those are two separate instances, but because of multi-monitor support of OMI, they will automatically be linked with the user actions. And this is what we call the multi-monitor support. In the later part of the demo, I'll be showing you how easy using OMI to create a multi-monitor OMI applications. Last but not least, as part of this demo, I would like to show is migrations of the applications from the older InTouch applications, which consists of some of the .NET control. So in the previous applications, in the previous demo, you have seen that industry graphics app can be used to build up the content of the OMI app. With the latest release of System Platform 2020, now InTouch OMI can support the .NET control, which means now you can bring in the previous versions of InTouch for System Platform, which contains of the .NET control fully into the OMI. So in this display over here, this is a .NET control that imported into OMI application, showing the SPC analysis results from Aveva MES quality management modules. So here, the end user can basically look at some of this information on the chart. It can basically turn on the histogram on the chart. It can also show some of the analysis results by selecting the options and refresh onto the screen. A full compatibility of the existing .NET control from MES or from any other application can be fully imported into the InTouch OMI. So, with that, that is the demo that I would like to show on this brief overview of OMI. I will come back to explain how these applications are put together. Stay tuned. Back to you, Zach.